How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good. Welcome here.
Thank
All right,
you.
they're busy setting up your presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have 10 minutes. I'm going to set my alarm. You're going to hear a noise. That means it's 8. So you've got 2 to go. So don't stop when you hear the alarm. You've got 2 minutes.
Thank
How are
you.
you?
I'm fine.
Are you fine? Are you nervous? You should be nervous. And your name is Adela.
Yes, Adela Mwarika.
Right name is right.
Thank you. My name is Adela Mwarika, Head of Procurement Management Unit at National Insurance Corporation of Tanzania Limited. As it was submitted before, a core element of advanced leadership program is the enhancement of leadership skills and ability. We started the program with the session on leadership from the inside out. Each leader completed the 4D clarity assessment. As a leader within my industry, I have changed with ensuring the effective functioning of the department within my company. I need to lead with framework of the value system of my organization, also need to ensure the effective performance of delivery in the areas of my responsibility. The areas within my area that perform well are planning and organizing, following the set procedure and guidelines, team building, listening, and providing feedback. And the area within my area that do not perform well is monitoring of the process, lead time on processing procurement activities, implementation of the plan. The reason for the good performance is hard working and persistence, commitment and focused integrity. The reason for the poor performance, some stakeholders didn't perform their task on time, which lead to delay of the process. For example, user department, evaluation team, tender board, etc. The second one is lack of dashboard to track the implementation of the task and lack of stored system. Below my leadership strength on my own view as a leader within my organization. Listening skills, determination, teamwork, setting goals. And below are the areas of the, below are my development areas on my own as a leader within my organization. Communication skills, presentation skills, confidence, and leadership skills. Leadership development plan. The following slides show the leadership development plan that include the following. The 3 areas which I wish to improve as a leader. Methodology on achieving this change. What action will I take? The indicator for succeeding. The assistance and feedback set out to ensure my success. Interaction to monitor the implementation of the plan. Implement my plan now, and to track the progress. That is my action plan. The areas which I wish to improve as a leader is time management, interaction with the other departments, and communication skills. How will I go to achieve this change? To have dashboard so that I can monitor the activities, Also, what indicator for succeeding is performance measurement. When the certain timeline is achieved, and the assistance and feedback to seek to ensure I succeed is to make follow-up to the key players. Example, user, evaluator, tender board, to do their part on time. Tool to be used is the dashboard. Interaction with the other department is I need to socialize, providing feedback to stakeholders, and indicator is getting feedback from another department. Assistance and feedback I seek to ensure I succeed is training on culture change, how I intend to monitor implementation of the plan in setting timeline for measurement of achievement. For the case of communication skills, to make presentations, studying, attending seminar and workshop will improve my communication skills. Indicator is feedback, positive feedback will be the indicator. Assistance and feedback I seek out to ensure I succeed. I need books, coach, etc. How I intend to monitor the implementation of the plan, filling the questionnaire after presentation so that to get feedback for the member who participated in the presentation. Thank you.
Good time management. Right, let me start if I may. Just go back a couple of slides if you would, go one more up and another one. Stop there. All right. So sorry, one more up. So you're saying you think you're good at listening, you've got a lot of determination, you work well within a team, you're very good at taking notes, which from my perception of you, I think is correct. I think you do that very well. Next slide. You're saying that next one. Yeah. So you've got those strengths, but you're also saying you could do better on communication skills, you could do better on presentation skills,
Yes.
confidence, and leadership skills. So in some ways you network well with people, you get on well with people, you work within a team,
Yes.
but you still feel you could do better on communication. Can you tell me a little bit more about number 3 there, which is confidence? Can you not hear me, guys? I thought my voice was big. Tell me more about the confidence.
Sometimes it's hard, like to be here. As
Correct.
I'm not confident enough to make the presentation in front of people.
Okay, so it does impact on presentation skills. Now I want you to go up, up, up. Yeah, sorry, yes, sorry.
The one which I don't, yes. Yes.
Good question. The Clarity 4D, what were you?
Red, 60-something, blue. Yes, red and blue, 50-something. Green, 50-something. Yellow, 30-something. Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that the yellow is the loud and the confident, and that correlates very well with how she sees herself, which is absolutely fine. Any other questions before I ask another one? So just go up. So we've got that, just stop there. Okay, so some of the reasons for that, you're saying stakeholders didn't perform their tasks on time, lack of dashboard. Dashboard, I understand. Systems, I understand. What I feel from my side, Adela, is that I think you are very blue. You like to think things through, which is very good. I think you can be red because you want results, but I think that confidence would be a very big advantage for you. And I personally believe that that would impact on presentation skills, as you've already said, but it's also on stakeholders didn't perform. Then we need confidence to say, why did you not perform? I want this, I want that, get that done. And I think, and this is just my perception, I'm not saying I'm correct, but I think there are times
where as a leader, you've got many strengths, which is your willingness to work with people and to help people. But I think sometimes you need to be a bit more red. I need this, I need that, a little bit more firm. That would just be mine. But I think a very nicely done presentation, some good insight into the areas you want to work on, and I think a nice plan for how you want to work. You worked with your coach, you had a few sessions
Yes,
with your coach.
yes,
Was
yes.
that valuable?
Very valuable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that made, yeah.
That's what you say about others not perform. You say you made the procurement unit,
Yes.
and I know that there's already a time plan and framework for procurement,
Yes.
which has to be followed.
Yes.
So what happens if someone, you've already done the procurement plan, it's already, approved by the board, and then
The problem is on implementation. We stated that the procurement will be scheduled in quarterly basis, but when the time of initiating procurement, when the user is in the time of submitting the request, procurement request, they fail to submit the request. So it come back to me, and my plan will not be achieved as it was.
now you need to ready because, everything is black and white. So what I want to say, to tell you is that no is an answer. Let people learn from their mistakes. Not so that it doesn't hit on you. So no, you are late, you're not doing it. The answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As a leader, yeah.
Yeah, as a leader. But thank you, well done. I think very done.
Thank you.
Very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Does this one work?
Good morning.
Good morning. Alexander, just to start off with, I'm going to set my alarm at 8 minutes. You will hear the buzzer. That doesn't mean you're going to stop. It means you've got 2 minutes to go. All right. All right. Good. Thank you very much. When you're ready, you can start.
Good morning once again. My name is Alexander Mahawa, working for Assemble Insurance. So I'll start my presentation with my vision statement. So my vision is to, the second slide please, is to create value in my leadership by developing persuasion skills and be able to motivate and win over people. This is actually based on my background and where I am focusing to go, because my professional, especially my work experience, has mainly been back office. I've been an underwriter for the past, I think, 6 years. So I want more exposure to meet people and try to win more people in my career. Second slide. So these are my areas of concern. So performance management, as I'll have people reporting to me. So as a leader, I need to manage their performance. Also enhance my public speaking so that I can be able to communicate more with people I work with or business partners in business perspective. Also talent management, to get more from the people who are reporting to me or I'm working with. So the aim is to get more from them. So focusing on the public speaking as the area of concern, I've chosen the public speaking area because I think I can immediately start working on that. and maybe in near future get result on the same. So my current situation on the public speaking that, as I said, I've been more in back office, dealing more with documents than dealing with people. So the leadership, I think, will expose me more to people, to public places. So I need to work more on my speaking skills so that I can manage those kind of situations. So what I've identified as my obstacles, which have previously limited me to achieve what I'm planning to achieve now, mainly nature of work. As I said, I've been in underwriting for more than 6 years, not dealing much with clients or exposed much in public speaking. So that is the current situation. Also, on the few occasions which I've been exposed to public speaking opportunities, I lacked some consistency in practicing that so that I can be better on the same area. Also, the focus have been more on routine roles, the underwriting, the renewals, prospecting, but from the back office. So in practicing in initiative to be better in public speaking, these are identified as the stakeholders in this area. The first one is my employer, who is assembled at the moment. What the employer expects from the project is the effective leadership succession plan. The employer encourage the internal staff to grow within the company. So expect employees to take initiatives to grow themselves so that they can take higher positions. So we'll get feedback from the employer by engaging the employer and asking for feedback from the employer if there are improvements in my public speaking. Also, the community in general, the community expects to have a better leader in social groups in community at large. They expect to have leaders in the community. Also, they expect me to participate fully in social activities, in different activities. But it is a concern because due to this project, I might be able maybe to participate more in their social activities. That's why I put it as a concern from the community. I'll also get feedback from them by asking for their feedback. So in that, priority actions to achieve that, I've identified 2, because these are very measurable. Joining public speaking club, having at least 1 session a month. So I'll get experience from other people who are experienced in public speaking, but also I'll get an opportunity to practice the public speaking in those sessions. Also practicing reading books from where I'm from. Maybe reading 1 book in a quarter might be a very low target, but from where I'm from, I think it would be a good way to start. But also I'm planning to use the available opportunity to speak publicly as the opportunity comes. These are other areas which I've added performance management, the measure, and identify other actions which I'll be using to achieve the targeted results. So as I said, for public speaking, join the public speaking club, reading books. The feedbacks will be feedback from peers, a number of sessions attended, assistance from the higher reporting lines, my manager, and feedback from the peers. Evaluation will be through the periodic self-assessment. On the performance management, the action plans develop the departmental dashboard, which will be monitoring the performance of the team, the performance of the department, and also acquiring new knowledge on the performance management and ensuring that when the knowledge acquired is implemented to achieve the intended results. So the success indicator will be the targets met. If there are targets, if the targets are met, it means that the performance management implemented are in in the right track. Also, the assistance and feedback will use the performance management tool so that we can monitor and measure the periodic performance of the team or the people reporting to me. And the last, we've learned a lot through the session, but I think it's important to mention this one, the importance of personality profile in leadership. We are different as the people we are leading. They are also different. So we have to lead them based on their personality profile, considering how different they are, considering their strengths, considering their weakness, so that we can be better leader and provide proper guidance to them. Thank you.
Perfect. Well done. Thank you. Does anyone want to start with a question? Because I always seem to just...
You identify as your major area that you want to improve or work on it, but I didn't get it very well. What has that to do with your current role, and how will it be of value to your employer?
So my current role is I'm underwriting manager. So mainly based on the the company structure, my roles are back office. So if I want to grow, it means that I will be exposed to more higher managerial positions, which requires more seeing clients, seeing partners, public roles, which will no longer be a back office role. So for me to prepare myself for those roles, I need to have those skills that will enable me when engaged to those public partners, being partners or client. So that will also add value to my company, because they need the right person to negotiate on behalf of the company. So if I have the right skills to negotiate with partners, I think it will also add value to the company.
Yes, you are underwriting manager. Yes, and you are in a leadership program. Yes, you think that leadership skill is also required in your role as an underwriting manager. Yeah, despite perhaps the plan of growth. Yes, the leaderships. Can you mention or can you state how the leadership skill can help your current role to ensure that it's done correctly? Or do you think being an underwriting manager is the same as being a leader?
Thank you. I think being an underwriting manager does not mean you are a leader. That does not directly mean you are a leader. So you have to have different skills so that you can be a manager and also a leader to the team you are leading. So that's why I add aspect of performance management, and talent management, so that I can lead the people who are reporting to me to the right direction, knowing their ability, knowing their strength and weakness, and knowing how to empower them to be even better leaders in future. That's why I include not only the public speaking aspect, but also the performance management and talent management is also included in my action plan.
Anything else? All right, good. Do me a favor, go right up to the beginning, one of the first slides, up. I think you called it your vision. Your vision that you talked about. Second slide. Okay, to create value in my leadership by developing persuasion skills and the ability to motivate and win over. And I think that's very, very good, because I think that talks to what you're saying you want to do in your career is you need to move, if not physically, metaphorically, from the back office to the front. For your career, I think, I think you're very typical of a young person in your career. You got into your career because of your technical skills. And you are good in your career because of your technical skills, and that's very impressive. Your next step is where you're moving beyond the technical skills. It's beyond just how do I do underwriting well, and how do I, and exactly what you're saying, how do I move from that manager to their leader? And part of that is about being persuasive, and it is about motivating people and winning people over. And so a big word that comes to my mind, or two words, is confidence and impact. And it's to do it with integrity and to do it honestly. And that's why I very much like the concept of presentation skills. I think presentation skills is only one component of what you need, but the reason I like presentation skills is that's a very good way to develop your presence, your confidence, to be out there, to be talking. So I think it may not be the direct thing that you need, but it's certainly a very good vehicle to be able to develop it and to develop that presence and that confidence. And when somebody says, who wants to, you put your hand up. At the moment, you probably put your hand down. Okay, in other words, I don't believe that. And that I think is very valuable. And just by the way, something to do, the best way you develop your presentation. And present. And present. And you hate it, but you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and eventually you can do it. So joining a public speaking club, very, very good. Whenever you're in a company and somebody wants someone to present, you put your hand up. And then you stress, you don't sleep at night, but you do it, and you do it. That's one of the best ways to develop your presentation skills. By developing your presentation skills, your confidence grows. Performance management is very valuable. Remember, performance management, in my view, is about using the system and having the system, but it's also about being tough on non-performance. People say, I need to improve my performance management skills, and I'm going to have a system. And I'm saying the system doesn't do it. The system merely gives you a format on which to measure performance. Management and leadership is when you are praising that good performer and you are addressing that non-performer. And you're being assertive, and you're being firm, and you're saying that that's not good. And that's also part of that presence, that persuasiveness, and leadership. So yeah, I think nicely done. Join that. Put your hand up at every opportunity.
Did you hear me? Okay.
People online, they need to use the microphone.
Oh, okay. No, I thought it was a good idea that you referred to reading books as one of the vehicles to solve your problems. But we need to know what type of reading material you have in mind.
For now, I don't have a specific kind of books which I'll be reading, but there are some which are in my disposal, at my disposal now. Maybe different biography of previous presidents, the business literatures are at my disposal now.
Excellent, good. Thank you very much. Well done.
Sorry, you are being served with tea.
I think we limit ourselves to two questions.
Yeah,
Because of time. Yeah.
But I get passionate about yeah, although we're not doing too bad, I think most of them are taking about 8 minutes. Oh, yeah. So we've got that extra 2 minutes, but yes, it's even a valid point.
Who is coming? It's not
Yeah,
early.
for next door, Ali.
I thought it was early. Not early.
Ali. Just get the right
According to this, it's
presentation up.
early. Yeah, in the museum.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Just a minute, they are taking some selfies so that we can take photos.
Early.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. I think we've got 10 minutes. 8 minutes, you will hear the buzzer.
Okay.
That means you've still got 2. Don't just stop. It means you've got 2. You use yes, it's also not.
That's fine. Yeah, good morning. My name is Ali Asmani. I'm working for Jubilee Insurance Tanzania Limited. I'm here to present the project. My task is how to transform the Jubilee from linear growth to exponential growth company. Yeah, that is my take as a challenge, as a leader. It's a deputy general manager.
Yeah?
Deputy general manager. Yeah. So I'm taking this as the management challenge to transform the linear growth into exponential growth company. So I have to take the example of the companies like Uber and Netflix, who they grew from nowhere, yeah, but now they are taking the market share. Yeah. So I have a look at the current our market, the insurance industry in Tanzania, and as per TIRA report for 2020, we have seen the market generated the gross written premium of for 609 billion, and we as Jubilee, we have the market share of 15.43% of the market share, and the second is holding 10% of the market share. The third, fourth, and the fifth, they are holding only 7% of the market share. So we say this is the linear growth. So our target, we want to have the market share of 20% of the industry by 2027 in the next 5 years. So we have a plan. So how to become an exponential organization, and we have to formulate the strategy on how to achieve this high goal. And then the strategy implementation plan.
Did you attend all of the modules?
Yes.
Were you here with me in Bagamoyo?
Yes.
Because the project was not on a company project. The project was on the leadership plan. So this is looking like an impressive project for your company, but the project's title was your leadership plan.
Yeah, it is covering the challenges as a leader and to be useful to the company. And so apart from my personal leadership, so how do I contribute to my company? Yeah, so this is the big picture. Yeah. So the next, so how to track this strategy, which is important. So let's go to the definition. So who is an exponential organization? Is the one who holds at least tenfold of the market or of the output incomparable with other organizations. Then, so we are drawing the plan to grow this, the top line for 2027. So we are targeting 202 billion by year 2027. So we have seen the market penetration rate is less than 1%. Yeah, for the industry. So we project in the next 5 years the market to generate up to 1 trillion by 2027. So what is our journey? Projection. So we project, I'll go back, by year 2023 to write 109 billion. 2024, 124 billion. 2025, 143 billion. 2026, 165 billion. 2027, 202 billion. So by attaining that, we will definitely hold more than 20% market share. So this will enable Jubilee to transform from linear to exponential growth company. The next, our strategy overview. So this is the pillars. We have some pillars which they're very important to achieve this target. So first is the profitable growth. Yeah. So leadership in all core business lines by revamping the products by differentiation of the products. Yeah. So we have these traditional covers. So we want to differentiate our products so that we can be profitable. Then another action plan is to grow in the high margin lines, in the engineering, in the marine, aviation, in the mining, oil and gas, and the trade credits. The next is to develop and roll out a new product for the micro insurance products to target untapped market. Yeah. So there is a lot of a community which they don't have insurance. So we are targeting that market which is not tapped. So by designing these micro insurance products, then, oh, okay. The next, score. Superior differentiated customer experience by implementing operational excellence to address the current operational lapses. The next on the customer surveys and the customer and to handle customer complaints. The next on the channels to expand our geographical presence in the country by the agents networking. Then to dominate and lead in the bank assurance channel, and use of digital is important, and partnership with NMOs. Then the robust claim management, it is important to manage our bottom lines. Then that will make then partnership with the service providers for discount and recoveries and tablet management. Then people is very important. People, so to align the job skills, training for our people, so improve the morale and rewarding mechanism. Then use of performance management tools like the KPIs and the appraisals. The next. So we have the plan.
Unfortunately, time is not. I think can we just quickly go through those slides, the remaining slides, just to get a feel
Okay.
for this. So we've got this one, which is your strategy implementation plan. Cool. Next slide. Sorry to do this, Ali.
Yeah.
Tracking, so you've got a slide on how you track it, weekly exco meetings. Good. Next slide. Tracking good, so your MANCOM, quality, strategic checkpoints, good. Next slide. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So from my side, thank you. My concern here is I'm not seeing your leadership plan. The core assignment was to have a look at things like clarity 4D, which we did on the first study. Talk about you as the leader. So this is a great, looks like a very good plan for your business. I'm not criticizing that, but I'm not hearing about how you're leading and managing and motivating and empowering and developing and inspiring people.
Okay.
So that's not, that was the core focus of the assignment. So
That's fine, but it was
implied.
yes implied in the strategy.
What the core issue to be talking about him and his color energies and his red or blue or green or yellow, his strengths as the leader of that, his weaknesses, he's doing this, doing that. I don't know if there's any comments from anyone else.
I would have wished to, briefly tell us, what do you think is your personality, type, trait?
Yeah, my
And
color.
how do you interact with other people?
Yeah,
Particularly people of different traits.
yeah. My color is red. Yeah, so I'm result oriented. I'm focused on numbers and do the result. I need the results. So something to be done, it should be done. Yeah. So that is my dominant color. It's red.
So just one question. So what weakness does Ali has, which he has to work on in order to achieve the exponential growth?
Yeah.
Ali,
Yeah, that's
not
fine.
Jubilee.
So maybe I can say my least color is yellow from the clarity 4D. So I'm taking so many things maybe at the time to be done. So I should take the priorities maybe for something. Yes, I'm taking too much to be achieved at a time. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next we have Catherine. Is that right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Until now, I didn't know anybody could say.
Because I can't see how I make it.
No, I can't wait.
Catherine, how are you?
I'm fine, good morning.
Good morning. Cool. Are we ready?
Yes.
Are a bit late, we apologize for that. So I'm going to set my timer and basically we'll get about that at 8 minutes, which means you've got 2 minutes to wrap. So don't just stop there. You just know that that's your warning. 2 minutes.
Sure, I won't finish also.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Okay, Catherine, when you're ready, you can start. Thank you very much for being here.
Okay, my name is Catherine Nangali. I work as, thank you. My name is Catherine Nangali. I work as a claim manager at the National Insurance Corporation of Tanzania. I have over 10 years of experience in claims handling. Yeah, I would like to start with presenting my plan. My vision is to be an influential manager and respected team player at NIC by the end of 2022. Yeah. I would like to go direct to the SWOT analysis. Yeah, on my area of strengths, I deliver my task on time. I observe the TAT. As a claim manager, it is very important to observe the turnaround time of settling claims. I have good customer care. I'm well organized on daily basis. I know what I need to start doing during the day. I have my timetable. I prioritize my work. I have a team spirit. I'm well informed and experienced in claims handling process because I've been working in that area for more than 6 years now. In my weaknesses are effective communication. I know as a great leader, you need to know how to communicate effectively with your team, with your clients. So that is the area that I'll need to improve. Also, working with different people, the people that are different from me, the people that are different from my colors, and the teamwork skills. Of course, I'm a good at teamwork, but I lack some skills on how to manage my team sometimes. And the last area is limited leadership skills. And the area of opportunity, I have an opportunity to personal growth and professional and leadership training supported by the organization just like this one. And the threat is financial. In order to achieve this, you must have a budget, you must have time, and you should be dedicated, and also technology. Those are the 3 areas that I'll need to improve: the effective communication, working with different people, and personal growth. I think we can go direct to the areas of improvement down there. Yeah, and this is my improvement action plan. The first area is effective communication. I have 3 actions to be taken. The first one is before you communicate, you must think about your audience in order to produce the good message. Also, to take note and to reread before you communicate, and to listen to understand. The target, I've been practicing this since 10th of February. That was on the first coaching session that I had, and it is ongoing. Succession indicators will be the number of unsatisfactory or complaints that are registered, and the percentage of quality service delivery. On the monitoring and feedback, I'll create a checklist. Also a suggestion box. We can use a suggestion box whereby clients will be allowed to put their suggestion on the quality of the service and one-on-one interview with my team. On tracking the progress, I'll be receiving anonymous written feedback at least once per year from my team in order to make them feel confidence of telling me the truth. My second area of improvement is working with different types of people. Yeah, we have learned about the clarity 4D. I've been able to understand myself better and understand the team that I lead. So I think this is the area that I need to improve. And the actions to be taken will be to improve the communication and listening skills, to work side by side with the people that are quite different from me. My dominant color is green and blue, and I happen to have one person in my team with a red, so I should know how to deal with the person. Yeah. Also to communicate with the team on areas of improvement, because it is impossible to work with people of your same nature all the time. Yeah, people are different, people are unique according to their creation. And I've started this from 10th of February, and it is an ongoing process. On the succession indicators, will be the number of people attended or consulted, aggregated by gender. On the monitoring and feedback, it will be a one-on-one feedback and also the suggestion box. On tracking the progress, also will be receiving anonymous feedback from my team. On the personal growth area, the actions to be taken will be to read more books, but not only books, even journals, through the internet, to focus on time management, to practice active listening skills, and to have one-on-one session for mentoring session. I've been practicing this since 8th of March, and it is ongoing. On the succession indicators will be the number of mentorship and professional training attended, and one-on-one feedback from my team, number of books that I'll be studying, and training that I'll be attending. On the monitoring and feedback will be to create a training plan with areas that I need to improve, and create feedback plan for my team. Tracking progress will be to receiving anonymous feedback, from the team, and to consult my mentor, my coach, to know if I'm progressing or I'm still on the same place. Learn about these things. Before the training, we used to do business as usual. We believed on what we think was right, but through this training, I've been able to know what leadership really means. Thank you so much.
Very much. Questions? Any questions?
Well, I was kind of impressed with your plan on how you deal with your subordinates. I would wish to hear a little more about how do you plan to deal with the people upstairs, your superiors.
My superiors.
Especially in terms of people having different attitudes. Not everybody is positive, but
Yes.
How do you plan to create this relationship between you and your superiors?
Yes, actually, having a superior who is very different from you, you need to be very patient. You need to consider that he is different from you. So you need to have patience. You need to increase the listening skills. You need to communicate a lot for you to be on the same understanding without ruining the work environment.
Thank you very much. Very well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
And time management.
Excellent. You know what to talk.
Which you don't often see the agility to change from side to side. People lack agility, they have to go one, two, three.
Yeah.
Absolutely, very impressive.
Yes.
Well done. Emily, how
10 minutes, we will set the alarm for 8. If you hear the buzzer, it means you should go to go. When you are ready, you are free to start.
Okay, thank you. My name is Emily Brown. First of all, I would like to thank you the API for initiating this and also Platform University, African College for accommodating us this leadership college. Special thank you go to my employer who allowing us to attend this training.
Yeah, he's doing it live.
Okay, this is the final. Thank you. Let's move. Okay, I would like to go straight to the objective of the presentation today is to identify 3 areas of improvement.
Next slide.
So the area of improvement which is effective communication.
The second one is a fear in public speaking. And the third one is constructive criticism or constructive feedback. On the effective communication, the effective communication can motivate the team to get more work done with a better result and fewer misunderstanding. So as a leader, building the good communication skill has a short and long-term benefits for the organization. So it is important for the leader to communicate successfully with the team, even to the other leaders and outside the company, like a client. So how to improve on effective communication? So I assessed myself and found that there is one area which I needed to improve, which is active listening. On the active listening, because it is very important, because it is easy to connect to the other people and build the relationship. So you find that the time when it is a busy time and someone wanted to come and discuss something with me. So what I intend to do from that time is in 2 ways. If the issue which is very important and which is very urgent, what I need to do is to put aside all things, including the devices, so that I can pay attention. Because by not paying attention to the speaker, they may feel very disappointed and very discouraging. So as a leader, I needed to do that as the first one. And the second one, if there is an issue which I needed to discuss later, first of all, I give the person the time, allocating the time to the person, and I tell them that maybe we can discuss it later. But also to ask them question, what they think about that issue. By asking the question, when the person go back, they may find that some of the person can be able to resolve the issue or got the solution. But at the time when we discuss, you may find they've already got the solution of the thing. So by doing that for the person, it will empower them and make them comfortable and accountable to what they are doing. So in that case, what I also intend to do is to read one book, which I've been introduced from my coach, the book called Deep Work, which explains a lot on the time allocation for active listening. So I'm intending to go and read that book. And the second is fear in public speaking. And as you can see now, I'm shaking, because this is a fundamental in the leadership, and it will help also to inspire the team and the people, and also to boost my career. So what I intended to do on this is first of watching a great public speaker. Second, that I think now it's already being done because it is recorded. And the third one is to join a different club. One is a club for reading books, which have been introduced recent, and I've already communicated with them. So I'm going to start next month.
And the second club, which I've already joined, is Toastmaster Club. And Toastmaster Club, normally they give you the, to prepare the speech and to deliver the speech, and also they train you how to manage the time. The third one is a constructive criticism. This can help people understand what they are doing well or what they need the help. Also, it creates a positive working environment, and it creates also the bond. On constructive criticism or constructive feedback, I need to improve on the area of communicating feedback in a difficult situation, or to have effective way on confrontation. To have on confrontation. So as a reader, I needed to communicate well and also to be able to solve the problem when it comes. So what I tend to do here is to use one approach called FBI, which is feeling, behavior, and impact. So I will not, I don't want to react, rather than I'll call the team to have the meeting. So during the meeting, I will approach this, I will use this approach, which I will demonstrate to the team that how specifically I feel when something went wrong, and also how the specific behavior which they did, which caused me to feel that way, and also how the impact of that behavior if it will continue. So after doing that, I'll leave the team to discuss and come up with a solution. By doing that, I will empower the team, and also the team will be more accountable to what they are doing, and also will reduce all the areas. The indicator to see whether I am successful and I improve, for me, by taking more training in the office and outside the office, and presenting more speech in the Toastmaster Club, engaging the people. When I see people are more accountable, positive feedback from my colleague, and also increase confidence. The assistance and feedback from the readings books, guidelines from the CEO, and also get the participants in public forum initiative. How to monitor and on implementation, I'll monitor through quarterly performance review to see whether those things have already improved, and also to see the morale of the staff or team member, if it is increased, and reduce the number of complaints. Also doing the staff survey by giving them the question for them to be able to respond. How to track this progress? I make this resolution that to read one book per month, and to listen to leadership TED Talk in a week, more speech in Toastmaster meeting, and also getting feedback from the team member. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you. Just one from my side, FBI, explain that to me again. Sounds interesting.
Feeling, behavior, impact.
Very good from my side, that's it. Anything else?
Get here knowing that you need to develop your leadership. You've heard about many plans, but in a few words, what is the take home that you have already acquired during the period that you can say you can begin from now or from tomorrow, despite all those developments that you can share? What is the take home already for implementation?
Okay, the take home which I have, as I can say that I'm already in a group of Toastmasters. So, and we are meeting every 2 weeks, 2 days per week. So by doing that, I'm sure that I'll be able to learn a lot of things, because there they will be, you learn on time management, on how you will be able to think quick, and also how you'll be able also to deliver the speech. And there's also the panel of the people who evaluate you, and also on the grammar. They evaluate even to the grammar. On the another issue on this group club of reading books, because I have no habit of reading. So I'm going to start. And then I decided to go to the club because it will force me to read, because at the end of the month, you need to go and to present what you've already read. Thank you.
Welcome to the leader.
Thank you.
Eight, that means you continue to need it.
Good.
You can really start when you are ready.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Eric Emilian. I'm working with Assemble Insurance as a financial accountant. I'm in front of you to present a leadership challenge, which aims at identifying the areas that I have realized that I have to improve so that I achieve the overall purpose of attending this training. Before that, I would like to thank my employer for giving me the opportunity to this training. Second, I would like to thank ATI for organizing the training. And thirdly, I would like to thank Strathmore for giving me the opportunity and the leadership training that I've gained over this period of time. From my presentation, as a leader, I have my vision, and the main vision is to be an impactful leader who values everyone idea in a team. And the mission to get there is leading a dream team where everyone is playing in his or their strengths. I've chosen these areas being performance management, team building, and networking. These are the key areas that I will focus, but I've chosen performance management as the key aspect because as a leader, I need to ensure that my team is performing to achieve the set targets. And from performance management, the overall purpose being to ensure the team is performing, I've realized that there is a challenge in setting the clear targets and right criteria for measuring the targets. I found there is a problem in that area. So the current situation is that we are evaluating performance basing on the tool called the balance scorecard. But from the team that I'm assessing their performance, I think I'm not doing to my satisfaction. And I feel there is a gap in cascading down the targets. From the main target to the lower level, there is a problem in cascading down. So balance scorecard, it's a powerful tool, yes, but the way it is using, basing on the team that I'm supervising, I find that it's not touching every aspect of what someone is doing on a daily basis. So at the end of the day, I find it difficult to assess their performance. Now, the obstacle that I am facing using the tool is having the suitable criteria for evaluating performance. And the problem started from cascading. The way we cascade down the targets, I find the suitable criteria that we are going to use at the end to assess performance, I find there is a gap. And the root cause I've mentioned is cascading. So my aim now towards at the end of this training, I would like to be capable to analyze the performance based after with my team and ensuring that the company is achieving out of the team that I'm supervising. I've analyzed the stakeholders who will benefit or who are affected directly with my targets, and one of them being family members, and the second one, employer. From my family, of course, they are interested to see that I am successful in my career. However, they need also time. I have to allocate time for them, not only to my daily work, but I have to allocate something for them, a little bit of time for them. And how I resolve having that I have to perform at the same time handling family matters is to discuss with them of what I'm doing so that they are aware how important things are. The second one, being an employer, my employer needs to see succession plan. So they expose me to a leadership training so that they prepare leaders for to take over the organization in the near future. And there are some concerns expected from my leadership training that I have to improve performance and delivery in areas of responsibility. And what I'm going to do is to share a comprehensive plan on how I will handle the performance management with my team so that they are aware of the performance of my department and the organization in large. This is the action plan, which shows what I'm going to do. Firstly, I've started with performance management. The action that I'm going to do is to set SMART targets with the team. I find it is difficult to assess the targets at the end of the day, but the issue is at the beginning in setting the targets. The way I cascade down the targets, I find there is a gap. So I'm going to sit with my team and to set the clear targets at the very beginning. And the indicators that this thing is achieved is to have the timely reporting. Being an accountant, the most valuable thing that I can give to my organization is to report on time. And to report, there are a number of issues to accomplish. So I will, after setting the clear targets, the assistance and feedback needed will be to have a performance management tool, which is balance scorecard. The tool it is to track the record. The second thing is to have a 60-degree feedback where I will have a random anonymous feedback from the team, how everyone is performing and how myself am performing. At that angle, we'll be capable of knowing exactly if we are going in the right direction or not. And to ensure that we achieve that, I will have a monthly checklist and sign off achievement with the team members. And secondly, we'll have monthly recognition of the best performer. Secondly, I find since that I'm expecting from my vision is that I have to ensure everyone's idea in a team is considered and they work on their strength. I find it is high time to have a team building things that will keep the team together and work together towards the common goal. And what I will do is appreciate the team. I will encourage discussions and also the indicators that I will be using to assess if I'm achieving is to have team participation in solving day-to-day challenges and I will also have a 360-degree feedback from the team, and by assessing, we'll do self-appraisal. The third one will be networking. Being a leader, I need to have a professional network where I will have to discuss a number of issues so that I can grow my leadership skills. And the exposure that I need, I will also subscribe to HBR, and this is Harvard Business Review, where a number of topics are discussed, and I have exposure now to grow the other areas of my leadership skills like communication and the like. And I will, indicators that I'm achieving that, I will have a number of interactions with professionals during the year, having, and also to be active member in a professional gathering. We have ATI meetings, such as finance committee and the like, so I will be active member to contribute the ideas that I will be fetching from HBR. And also I will have one mentor and a coach. The purpose is to ensure that the overall idea of having leadership skills is achieved. And what I will do, I will follow the plan through my coach to achieve that. There are lessons learned from the leadership journey. First one being the leadership trait. I've learned that leadership trait can be learned. Everyone is a leader, but there are things that you have to learn. But leaders also are nurtured. I find this through this training that you cannot be just a leader, but you have to be nurtured. And the second thing I find, Clarity 4D has been a very powerful tool for me. It has helped me to assess self-awareness, personal transformation, and understanding of the actions that every leader needs to have so that to explore his or her full potential. Thirdly, leaders play a key role in determining the organizational culture. Culture is everywhere, but leaders play a key role. If there is a change and a leader doesn't change, the overall culture will not change. Lastly, we are living in a dynamic world. Hence, leaders need to have a continuous learning habit to fit the dynamics. And that's where the future fit resilient leadership comes in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the judges? From my side, just a quick one. Eric, you talked about Clarity 4D right at the end. What was your color?
My color is green, highly green. I'm almost 96%. Yes, there are very few. There are a mix of colors. There is red and blue, few, and lastly yellow. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The first thing, previously I was not aware of myself that I'm highly green, and I find I was having difficulties with dealing with this person, because if tell him something will not do or will do at his own time, but I come to realize that he was highly red. So the way I was asking to him was taking like I'm not asking the right things. So he was thinking that I'm just playing, asking that question. So he was also taking me in that way. Yes, I've started, especially to improve my yellow color. I find it is the last color, and is the color that I'm working on currently.
Excellent, good. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Eric, appreciate that. Thanks for your panels.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, judges, for the one who is not here, maybe you can discuss later. Just the vote.
Attendance is not
Yes, yes. How are you? Good, good. Thank you.
So I'm going to set you along for 8 minutes. When you hear it, you just look up to the
Noted.
All right.
Yes.
Slide we have. Slide 9, you're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Esther Kazi. I am humbled and I'm glad this morning to present in front of you and to all the viewers. Well, I entitled my presentation only for one reason, for all of you to get a reflection of what I really want to achieve as a leader. I entitled it The Flexibility of Leadership, The Art of Flexibility in Leadership. Well, I defined as an introduction, which is I was focusing on 3 things, which is being able to influence while motivating towards achieving a certain goal. There is a slide besides it, which shows a real character of what I just explained. Can we move on, please? After going through sessions with my coach, and a 3D test that I took prior starting this course, I realized that for anybody to get good results, you need to be open-minded and flexible. And that's how I came with my topic, the art of flexibility in leadership. My areas of strength reflected on a 3D and the saboteur test. I'm very reflective, observing, direct. So this can tell you my behavior. How do I behave if I'm really direct and focused? How does my team perceive me? So I went to, as areas of improvement, I need to be expressive, sociable, and flexible in order for me to really be that emotionally intelligent to be able to lead a team. Can we move on, please? So the 3 areas that are with interaction with my coach that I really committed to improving are improving my listening and questioning skills. I believe through listening, which is a good behavior, which will complement, I look at this thing as okay, I use my right hand all the time, but it doesn't mean that my left hand has defects. So having to complement the left hand, given an example that my hand is broken at one point in time, and I need to put a signature using my left hand. So I need to support my left hand, and I'll be more listening and give good and open-ended questions. So I'll be listening more. I'll also learn to trust people and delegate. By this, I'll be looking at people, giving them tasks, not micromanage, or just being there to, observe and trust them while they do other things on my behalf. Being flexible while training and mentoring my team. I believe a good leader is a leader is always coaching and mentoring. So I believe as a leader, I need to be very flexible while I train and coach my team. Well, I have a line here, which is supporting my presentation here. It says, practice the philosophy of continuous improvement. We need to continuously improving ourselves by improving the things that we feel are there they need to be improved. Well, get a little bit better every day. So you will realize you're getting better as you continue improving yourself. Can we move to the next slide? Well, my action plan, it's a bit comprehensive, but I'll shorten it. On the area of improving my listening skills and questioning skills, my action, number 1, is give undivided attention. By giving undivided attention, I'll give focus and listen fully without interrupting. I'll also keep open mind. I'll ask open-ended questions. I'll stop being judgmental. I'll not get in between like, stop, no, do this. No. I'll not interrupt. I'll just be, good. I began this after having my first session, which was on 13th January 2022, and I'm seeing it working well. As a succession indicator, I'll look at the reduction of complaints after meetings, like, madam is too tough, you know. So I look at this and I'll see that I'm improving. Improvement on delivery of tasks. You know, when you're too harsh, people tend to fear to ask more. So the improvement of tasks given will also reflect that I'm improving. As a monitoring and feedback, I'll create a monitoring tool on a number of meetings held, tasks given, and remarks of that. So that will give me a feedback, and I'll continuously monitor. Also, how do I track the progress? I plan to track the progress by receiving feedback, written feedback, which will be, you know, hidden, not disclosed. I'll give questions like, I would say, who am I? Really, they will be open and write who I am. What do they think that I like? But rather, I'll focus to the last question and say, for instance, what do you want me to improve? So those will give me clear answers. Another line here of improvement is learn to trust people and delegate tasks. Here, I will delegate tasks, commit to communicate on improvements to be made on the specific tasks. I will not give someone a task, and then when it's returned, it has issues, I just amend it and forward it. I believe I need to communicate so that they get, close and understand that they need to do some improvements. I'll also allow allow people to be open and authentic. I'll also follow through given tasks. I'll also follow through and actions to all tasks. This has already begun. I started in 13th of January 2022, and it's still ongoing. As a succession indicator, a reduction of standards of delivery is given, also confidence in the work delivered. I believe if somebody is trusted, will always be confident to deliver what is required. As a tool of monitoring, I'll create a tool on given tasks against numbers of corrections done. Also, I'll track this by giving feedback and communicate to them on the standard of work delivered, so that they gain that confidence. Whenever you do something, it is improved, you're being listened. So, yeah. Can we move forward, please? On the last one, I commit to being flexible while training and monitoring. One thing that I learned through my coaching session was I needed to have personal values, of which one of them is listening. That is one thing that I committed to. So I'll be very flexible. Actually, I have already begun this. I have identified training needs for my team on areas that I see they need to be trained on. Create a monitoring plan. I communicate to the team on areas of improvement and allow them to freely share their ideas. I also have brainstorming sessions with my team. I have one-on-one sessions on mentoring them. This has begun in 4th of February, which was on my second session of coaching. I commit to reducing standard of delivery on given notice and give notice on contributions. I see my time is over. I've planned to create one separate plan of improvement on each team and communicate with them separately. I would like to go to the end of my slide, which is I believe nothing comes from nothing, and as a takeaway, I would like to read it as it is. Nothing comes from nothing, and I am committed to learning and to pause in a moment and celebrate achievements, which gives me more energy to tackle more challenging activities. Thank you. I would also like to give an acknowledgement to my MD, Dr. Irema Dorie, who is not present here. But I'll also give acknowledgement to you listening to me here. I'll also acknowledge the lecturers at Strathmore and also my fellow students, because I also learned a lot through their contributions, but most importantly, my team, who have been using them as a case study. Thank you very much.
Well done, Maria. Thank you. Just one quick question.
color, energy, which you would carry for me, what is your strongest color?
My strongest colors tied. I had a blue and a red.
Right, and that's why we see things like flexibility, trust, and delegation.
Yes.
We're able to take over.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think very nice insight. Interesting one to me is the trust. Because you don't just trust, you actually do force yourself.
Yes, yes.
If you're very red, your natural tendency is to just take over.
Exactly.
So it is going to take some self-control. But well done. I think that was very good. Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Hey. Yeah, Idi Kodema.
This is Edie, not Parker. Okay. Wow.
It's Idi.
Wrong sport.
Albert.
Edie, thank you. No, you have been confused. Okay, at 8 minutes you'll leave us. That means you've got 2 minutes to go.
Okay.
Thank you very much for being here with us. You can start.
Okay, thank you. As I said, my name is Idi Kodema. I'm working with National Insurance NIC as the ICT manager, head of ICT. My role in the organization is to drive the organization through digital transformation to make sure that all the processes are automated, as well as we embrace the technology so that we increase the profits of the organization, as well as we maintain our customer satisfaction in a good way. My vision as a leader is to become a thought leader in digital transformation on this digital age. As a matter of this presentation, I started by analyzing my weakness using a SWOT analysis, identify my strength, weakness, and opportunities. One of the strengths to me is teamwork. I can work in any team, as well as I'm creative and innovative. Also integrity, honesty, but also empathy. The other one is as one of my strengths. Technically, I'm capable in the area I'm working as an ICT. And the other weaknesses is to build a team. That is it can drive that my strategy. Also, I have weakness in time management. Self-confidence is not good also. Presentation skills, I have to improve it. And then sometimes I'm emotional when things are hot and need to be completed with time, with the pressure. I'm so emotional. The opportunity that I can see to me that there is a room to acquire skills and learn so many issues in leadership and in the also in the field itself, and also to seek to get feedback from others. You can contact other people, so that they can analyze me and they can assess me and give me the feedback how on areas that they can improve. Also to receive a coaching and a mentorship. I think there is an opportunity that you can get some coaching and mentorship in the area. Also, there is an opportunity to enhance my ability to manage the needs to complete tasks quickly in order to be able to deliberate more carefully. Threats on this basis, I think one of my threats is losing focus. Sometimes when things are very hot and are overwhelmed with a lot of things, I lose some focus. There's one time pressure, which can spoil my plan for self-improvement. The other issue is multitude every day to demand, which comprises against self-reflections. After this, that is my development plan in order to identify some areas to develop, one of which is a time to improve my time management. How can I improve my time management? First of all, I have that action plan and success indicator, and how can I monitor it. One is to set clear goals and communicate to my team. The success criteria of that is that goals are set and communicated to staff and attained by a specific time. And I can monitor this by reviewing the goals monthly with my team. The other issue is to schedule weekly activities and stick to the plan. I have to schedule my things and stick and ensure that also my team stick to the plan. The success indicator of this is to check if all the activities are performed at that time, and I will hold the weekly activity status within my team. The other issue is to learn how to prioritize, maybe to use the important and urgent roles to make sure that the important tasks are completed fast, even going to becoming an urgent task. So on this, I will ensure that all tasks have been completed on schedule, ensure that to-do list for every among my teams is available every day. The other issue is to avoid unnecessary distractions. Sometimes there is distractions that can cause you to not to manage your time and to concentrate in the activities. So that is, I will avoid this unnecessary distraction, which by setting boundaries and communicating to others, create some bad habits, including time wasters as social medias and others. The other issue here, I have that also my weakness, I'm procrastinating so much. So I think it's a time to stop procrastination, to ensure that all activities are completed within the planned schedule. On this, I will monitor by creating daily to-do list, ensure that it is done, starting with the motivating activities, and then going to other. I also break that huge activity to small chunks, or small activity that can be manageable by myself or also my team. The other issue is to manage my time to improve it. I think is to avoid multitasking, because multitasking, when I have multitasking, it can make me to not to complete all the tasks within a given schedule. So I will focus, increase my focus and complete a task performed completion. Every task should be performed completion. The other issue to delegate task. I have to delegate my task to other employees, to my team members. I have to check that someone which I will dispute activity to person with appropriate skills, experience, and interest in operation that and monitor it to its implementation periodically. Other area to improve is the emotional intelligence. As I said in my weakness, one of which is sometimes I become emotional when things are hot. So I will learn how to develop self-awareness, self-regulation that will help to manage and respond to emotions. Then this, I will measure this by checking the response against criticism. When someone criticizes my ideas, how I respond to it, it will be my success indicator. And then I will to accept feedback without becoming defensive. If anyone offer a feedback from that, I will accept it without becoming defensive to him. I will then the success principles indicators accepting feedback and making improvement. I will monitor this by observing my character while responding on other feedback. But also I have planned to read at least a book on emotional intelligence by this year, by December this year. Also, because when I emotional, also my team, they can feel that one. So I will use a one-to-one approach to develop empathy and mentor my employees so that I can understand the abilities of my team one-to-one and which things they motivate them so that they will deliver the activities as required. The third area to improve is improve self-confidence. I can see I'm not confident enough, so I will improve this one by stay positive on myself and believe the capability of the team. Also read leadership books and how leaders do and they are not doing. Sometimes I'm self-doubting, so I will check your phone to improve myself. That in my the other issue is to make the first move, take initiative with my team. I will make sure that I'm the first person to create the plan and offer them for my teams to solve my problems. And the other issue is to learn how to manage expectations from the management or from other people's. The other issue to avoid perfectionism. A perfectionism that also it causes me not to complete issues or to submit some papers on time. So because it is an issue of my confidence. The other issue is to avoid negative thinking or spending time around things that can make me feel bad. The other issue, I want to acknowledge the management of my national insurance to send me to this training, but also to acknowledge the trainers and the teams that they have given me this opportunity to learn leadership issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Any specific questions? Your color, what was your color, dominant color?
It is green.
Green?
Yeah, almost 80% green, 50 something red.
Red and green.
Yes, red green, yeah.
So you hug people and hit people and hug people and hit people. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So who do we have next? Next is Jared. Okay. My roommate. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, panelists.
With Jared, 10 minutes. At 8 minutes, you will hear the buzzer. Just need to go to.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Okay, perfect. You are free to start. Thank you very much for being.
Thank you. My name is Jared Awando. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of ICA Lion General Insurance. I run with a project of building a company that has struggled for some times. And I have more than 15 years experience in the insurance and financial sector, mostly in finance, business development, and now as executive. I want to take you through my presentation. That is ATI and the Strathmore. My vision is to improve and maintain operational efficiency. This is something that I want to do to inspire, facilitate the shared vision of well-managed operations that maximize use of digital age resources to meet and exceed long-term strategies, goals, and organizations. And I want to maintain this at my workplace, especially ICA Lion. We have a slogan, Bima faster, tunalipa faster, meaning with the maintained and well-oiled operational efficiencies, I will maintain that slogan. Key areas of concern, budgeting and budget management. This is my key areas of concern. We realize that budgets are made in the boardrooms. We are always in top-down approach. I'm looking into a situation where it will be a bottom-up approach. Leading organization change. People fear change. We fear the unknown. I want to be one of the leading people in my organization to bring change. And understanding organization culture. Most of us fail to understand the culture. This is my area of my concern. Delegation, motivation, and empowerment. I want to empower my people. Doesn't mean that I have to be there to do the work. I want to oversee. I want to motivate, have my departmental heads do that work for us to achieve our vision of operational efficiency. Then, ethical, value-driven leadership. I want to instill leadership into my team. Integrity issues, how do I deal with them? Problem solving, how do I deal with it? Yes? The desired measurable result, one that I chose is budgeting and budget management. I want to involve all stakeholders. Instead of sitting in the boardroom and drawing my balance scorecard and the KPIs, I would want every staff from the subordinates to understand that they have key role in managing the budgets. I would want to introduce the bottom-up approach, where it starts from below, then comes to my level. We discuss, we share the KPIs, and facilitate realistic targets and initiatives. You know, realistic target is where you sit down with your staff and agree. And that will bring my operational efficiency. And it will improve performance on revenues, profitability, and better returns on investments. The situation at hand. Currently, budgets are made in the boardroom so that the group level, they are shared with the CEOs and it ends there. I'm looking at a space where everybody will be involved. And here I looked at the SWOT analysis. What are the strengths? I have a very competent management. We have better technologies, agile methodology. I have good governance from the directors. And then we have seen what are the weaknesses. I want to eradicate this top-bottom approach. I want to eradicate the boardroom ideologies and non-involvement. On obstacles, when working on the budgets, I know there will be unethical and value-driven leadership, poor market and marketing services, fear of change, the stiff competition, and poor culture. But why? There must be a question. In every initiative, how do I want to do it? Yeah? For example, if you take the unethical and unvalue-driven leadership, why ethical leadership? It's because of integrity. Why integrity issues? It's because we are not consistent. My team is not consistent. I want to eradicate this. And why? Because there's no passion for this type of job. If you look at the poor culture, why a poor culture? It means there is no unclear shareholders' value. It's not in the policies. And why non-stakeholders' values? You'll find that we lack the brand index. Next. The stakeholders analysis. Who do I want to involve in this efficiency, in the operational efficiency? I have the employees, I have the directors, I have the shareholders, I have the customers. I want at one time to have the customer obsession. Then I also have the suppliers. Next. Then the stakeholders analysis, where I have the employees. What do they need from me? I need to pay them well. I need to coach them. I need to mentor them. The shareholders, they need the returns. At the end of the day, it is the performance that will lead. And the customers, yeah, I need to know how to retain them. I need to know, look at my markets, look at my products. Then the regulators, I want to play within the fair regulation boundaries of the law. Next. Now, my priority is to improve budgeting and budget management, implement bottom-up approach, involve all stakeholders. This will come with customer obsession to improve customer centricity. I want to delegate, motivate, and empower my employees to achieve the same level that I can achieve, and understand the organization culture and lead the change of operational efficiency. Now, these are the results in a nutshell, where I am and where I'm focused to. After getting all these leadership trainings, I look at the targets, the measurements achieved, and the required improvement. This is like just a snapshot of the KPI or the balance scorecard, where I want to take this through. And next steps, after operational efficiency, I would want to go to the leading organization change. I want everybody to change, stakeholders to change, expose employees to instill confidence. And then this is now the leadership lessons that I've learned out of this project. Leadership involves stakeholders projects. I lead the organization change. Always motivate, empower subordinates, and the coursework has contributed immensely to my leadership skills and the growth. And to my team, is networking, involve all. To the individual, it is managing my personal budgets, leading with change and understanding the organization. So the habits, good procedures at work, good governance, and technology. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Just a quick one in terms of that clarity for the colors. What is your dominant color?
My dominant color is red. I'm a go-getter.
And can you see how this red influences how you lead? A red is more likely to have top-down. So you, by changing, is quite different to your normal style.
Exactly. In fact, if you go to my organization right now, everybody speaks about numbers. It means I'm instilling something like red in those who are yellow to come up with me.
Just add on what you said, you kept saying about budgets being done in the boardroom and now going to change, and I know that your company is a good company, so you have some good policies and good practices. So how exactly are you going to do that? How are you going to achieve that?
Thank you.
Budgets being done in the boardroom. My 40 years plus experience. Okay, go ahead.
I've been to several organizations and I've seen it. Budgets being done in the boardrooms. They sit in the boardroom, or the managers sit themselves, work out the budgets to be for the year. For my group issue, in fact, it's something that I started. For the 2022, I've involved all my branch managers to involve their team. So I take to the group what I already discussed with my people. I don't get it from them. I get it from my subordinates, from my departments, then share it with her. And this is where we agree. Then we disagree to agree, but I will only share what I've agreed with my team.
Thank you very much. I think mine was theme of the prayer. But maybe the comment or say that your action plan is training, this is what I'm going to do by this time. Maybe I've already rejected the board, my plan, when do I present, when do I present the team, how do you approach and all that, and when you want to present. I think that's my only argument.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who is next? Just interesting in that how you can hear a leadership man and a CEO. It's very much in the CEO in the role of how I'm going to drive my business and lead my business. And that's appropriate, I think.
that level.
Yeah.
That level.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But you're supposed to speak more about yourself.
It's not quite correct. That
Yeah,
should be
that
there.
was lacking.
Yeah, I agree, totally.
Yeah.
Right, who do we have? Morgan, how are you, Morgan?
I'm fine.
You were the one who misbehaved in Bagamoyo, is that right?
No, not really.
Wasn't you?
Not me.
Good to see you here.
Okay,
You've
okay.
got 8 to 10 minutes, you will get the buzzer at 8, which means you go to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Start
okay.
when you are ready.
Thank you. My name is Morgan Meki. I'm working with Sanlam Insurance Company as a claims manager. I'm very blessed with a beautiful wife and 3 kids. I've just chosen the effective management skills as my project area for me. Okay, actually, I think you have skipped one slide. Yeah. Introductions. As we know that management is just a process of planning, decision making, organizing, leading, motivating people, controlling the human's financial, physical, and information resource of an organization to reach its goals efficiently and effectively. After attending this course, I have noted that management is very key, and you need to have a proper management so that you can be able to tackle those complex issues according to our current environment. Next slide. So after done up my 4D clarity, I've noted that I have some areas which I need to improve, and I've noted some area which I'm doing well on your strengths. On the strengths side, I know that I'm good on networking. I'm all good on decision making, quick one, because that I believe for the leader, you need that one, so that at the end of the day, you need to make a decision, whether it's right or wrong. So I'm good on that. On an area which I think I need to improve based on my role currently, because I'm head of the claims department, I know that negotiation skills will add up. I need to do better on my role currently. Self-awareness and improvement skills, creativity issues. So it's an ongoing process. There's no deadline. I've been started already, but no deadline because it always is changing. And normally negotiation is based on cases. Okay. Succession indications will make sure that the parties learn to be communicated better with each other. Then to underline the core conflict to resolve them. Monitoring the feedback. I'll be using Kata. The Kata is tools which are assisting to identify the challenges. Then you come up to the storyboard. You have current situation. Then you have a target one. So it will help you to know that this is the current situation and where you want to reach. So it will assist you by using the PDCA, plan, do, check, and action, or act. So once you plan it, you do, you check, then you act according to parameters which you have been getting based on the challenges. Number of unsettled cases. This will assist me to know that compare the settled cases against the unsettled cases. How I proved it. On track progress, weekly review. We'll do weekly review with the team, because when you're a leader, you need to engage teams. Quarterly review depend on the task, because some of the cases will be followed within a quarterly. Some of them will be annually review, and you'll get some suggestion box to get the feedback on if I've improved on negotiation skills. The next one is self-awareness and improvement. I've noted that I needed to be a leader who have an open-handed, ready to receive my door open for anyone who comes with the suggestions, so that I'll be able to accept those suggestions and make decision. Being mindful on my strengths and weakness. Where is my boundary on weakness and the strengths? Where is my strengths? Where I'm good at, so that I can be able to achieve company goals. to stay focused. As a leader, you need to stay focused on the line. Yeah, so I'll make sure that I improve that one. Set, I need to have a boundaries as a leader, where to go, where to stop. Ask for feedback which will show me where I failed, where I needed to dial up, to improve. Emotion trigger, to limit my emotions. If there's personal issues, then I can put it aside and proceed with those which I think, and proceed with the organization target is. Practice self-discipline, to be more disciplined, to make sure that I train others. It's an ongoing process as well, because every day we change based on situations. As a leader, you need to be very dynamic, so that to accept any challenge or any issues. Indicators, confidence. I'm sure that if I'll be able to assess myself, wisdom, honesty, humility, strong technical and analytical skills, strong plan skills, and pleaser to welcome others. Monitoring the feedback, I'll do a regular feedback at work, asking by my member of department for the feedback. Physiometric testing that will test me the performance. Write down my key plans and prioritize, because as a leader you need to prioritize your work. To know this is very important for now, or maybe this one I'll do later. To mediate, to think and make decisions. Achieve the personal, company and strategies. Track progress, high level of flexibility, number of achieved goals and the unachieved. This will compare how based on goals, which one will be achieved and which one have not achieved. If the number of achieved will be more higher, let's say 80% or 90%, then I'll believe that I'll be in a good track. If not, then I'll need to find the reasons and take action and improve it. Number 3. Creative problem solving. Identify the problem of the challenge faced. Okay. Describe and analyzing skills. Generate ideas that may be possible solutions. Solve the problem with the help of optimal the generated ideas. Implement the best solutions. That one will be an ongoing process as well, because every day we solve issues based on the core problem. Suggestions and indicators. Complaints drops. Number of complaints will be drops. Meet deadlines. Retention of a customer and staff. Monitoring and feedback. Introducing one-on-one meetings, employees and suggestions. Well, I'll track by monitoring a number of complaints. Another one, please. Conclusions. Leadership is about mapping out where we need to go as a team or an organization, and it is dynamic, exciting and inspiring. As you know that a leader, our job is to inspire us, help us that motivated them. Yeah. Another. My acknowledgement go to my CEO, who give me the wonderful program, leadership, which will be help me to help others in my organization. As well, I thanks us Transform and the guys who arranged this one in our country. Much appreciated for that. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, if I could just start quickly, 2 things. Just go up to the slides of the first one on up, one more. Go down one, next one down. Okay, so I like your table. I think that's very, very good. Self-awareness and improvement. I like your actions, open-minded, etc. Know your emotion triggers. Your success indicators, I think that's fine, but I would have liked to have seen more around performance. My staff is performing. My staff is motivated. My staff is delivering. Because if you have got that self-awareness, you're taking those actions, your people will be more motivated, more committed, more. Right, so I would have just tweaked that slightly. Just quickly, your color from Purity 4B, what was your dominant color?
Blue.
Blue?
Yeah. But my team is green.
Your team is green?
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah? mostly based on the history. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You have something to say, Charles?
He's not going to ask that.
Okay, much appreciated. Thank you.
Who do we have next? You want just a 2-minute leg stretch? Okay, I think that's a good idea. Just to stretch the legs.
assessment analysis. And I was scheduled as a red, trying to be more aggressive, trying to get objective done, not really appreciating some of the employees, what did they do, not really consider the impact of not giving employees feedback, very commanding. So that's the area where I thought I need to improve. And these areas will be on 3 areas. So during this course, I thought there's a communication skills, which I think I'm lacking, but also a bit of employee appreciations and the recognitions. But also, I thought I was not giving a very positive or constructive feedback to the employee. And I think this is the fundamental toward the success as a leader. So I'll unpack one after the other, and then I'll see how the action plan and how I go about. So that is my action plan. To start with the effective communication. You can go. So this is a very important skill. It's very fundamental as a leader. You need to communicate with other leaders, but then you need to communicate with the employee and subordinate as well. So this, I thought it will be very valuable skills for me to improve as a leader. But how do I go about improve the communication skills? Because there's a written, there's oral, verbal, non-verbal. There's different ways in which communication can be unpacked. That's why I thought I need to be thinking before speaking, because sometimes people get emotional. You can speak words which can be sometimes not appropriate. So thinking before speaking, but also need to be brief. Also, I understand the problem for picking up a phone or the approach of picking up a phone, because especially when you do written email communication, sometimes people you cannot convey your conversation very well. I think it's rather to pick up a phone, trying to explain the situation rather than continue back and forth the conversation, especially with a junior colleague or with other senior managers. So I thought also, take up a phone rather than continue with the conversation over the email, it will do. But also treat everyone equal, because sometimes you tend to not treat the other equally, and you can give good feedback and not good feedback to other employees. I thought it's also very important to treat everyone equal, but body language as well. I thought body language will portray negative and positive as well. So body language is very important for me, and will show that I'm really attentive to whatever that needed that comes. Listening and empathy, I also, that will be very good toward the improvement of my communication skills. That is for the communication. And then the other area is appreciations. Employees need to be appreciated and need to be recognized, especially for the job well done. Showing gratitude can be a good area, but also give them a meaningful reward. Employee, whenever they do well, they need to be recognized as well. They need to be given a reward. So I thought giving reward, especially desirable and meaningful reward. You don't give a reward just because you intend to do. It has to be meaningful. The employee, they have to feel. So I thought also it's very important, but also immediately and prompt gratification. I think one of the areas that I was really lacking to have a prompt appreciation. If employee has done well today, you don't need to wait for 2 weeks to give appreciation. You need to do it promptly so that it can attract more good performance. And I thought this is one of the areas. So how do I intend to do this? How am I going about this? Having a recognition in a staff meeting. Employees need to be recognized during the staff meeting. They say praise in public, but then reprimand in private. So this is one of the areas which I thought it's very important. I need to recognize employee during the staff meeting, and that will motivate others as well. But inter-office email for the job well done. Psychology email if employee has done well, so everyone knows that someone has been recognized for the job that they have done. But also giving reward and bonus. It will be also act as important as a catalyst toward the work performance, but also magnify the recognition. This can be done through newsletter, if we have an office, or publication for the employees that they have done well in the newspaper as well. You can do as well. But also financial incentive. Though this is not a very important aspect, or not a very important factor in motivating employees, but it can opt to act as the catalyst toward improved recognition and appreciation. So I will unpack it there, and then I'll go for the last one, which is giving employee constructive feedback. So I truly understand that feedback, if it's not well managed, it can add more pressure to the employees. If you're giving not very good feedback on a daily basis, employee motivation can be going down, the employee performance and morale also, they all can demoralize. So keeping the line with the open communication and providing feedback can improve performance. If you tend to give employee a good feedback, will increase the performance. But also if well managed, it can increase the work relationship between the manager and the employee and vice versa. So how am I intending to increase the constructive performance, constructive positive feedback? Resolve a grievance. Whenever the employee they have a grievance, I need to resolve them before they escalate into more critical. But also creating a healthy working environment, which is very important. Enhancing problem skills. Employees need to be enhanced on how to resolve the problem amicably by themselves. And that will provide that more solution for them to provide more feedback. But contributing the culture of healthy feedback, I have to be providing on a regular basis. So that is the main on approach, how am I going to improve the areas? And then, how am I going to indicate that I've been successful during this process? So this is the areas that will show that I have been successful during the implementation of the program. I will have effective and open communication culture, organization, and me and my colleague and other members, but also lower staff turnover. Remember, if the employee, they're not being recognized and they're not being communicated very well, they would like to leave. People leave the people, not leave the company. So if you manage well, successful, but also higher staff morale. Effective and open communication will improve morale of the employees, but also catch and trust and open. If you do provide constructive feedback to the employee, that employee will trust you as a manager and will have more confidence you toward the objective. But also improvement in productivities and performance. That is a very critical. If there's a low morale, there's no appreciation and recognition and poor communication, there will be no productivity. That is given. But also lack of ambiguity. Lack of ambiguity. So also clear direction toward the responsibility, but also lower grievance and dispute. These all will show that I've been successful toward this. But also, what assistance do I need? I will need to take another 4D assessment test so that I will know how my approach on various areas. How am I taking? How am I resolving the problem now? How am I treating my employees? How am I conveying my communication toward objective? But also I need to be reading books, especially on leadership. But reading 2 books on a month. So if month come and I haven't read any books, then I know I'm behind schedule. So I need to be reading books, but also giving 3 appreciation letter or memos on a month at least. I need to find something that employee have done well. It's not just giving a feedback or just appreciation memo. It's just giving for the right time and the right event that have been caused. But also, I need dinners with the staff members. I will try to appreciate whatever it is they're doing, having them dinner or lunch, know that I really appreciate whatever it is they do. But also, I need to have one-on-one meeting with the staff member on a monthly basis. This is where I will know how am I going about, how are they treated, how are they feeling my communications skills, how are they getting feedback, and other aspects which I have mentioned. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Well done from my side. Just a quick question.
Thank you.